What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another Andrew Bortz'z career mode on Expert in a Caterham. Not an HRT anymore. I am Matt Ruda, aka Agent Mulder 5 on Twitter, aka that guy who screams into a microphone and does the Kimi Räikkönen impression. And since this is yet another 100% race, I brought someone along with me. It's the friendly, cuddly Russian. What's up, man?
The friendly, cuddly. What's with you today?
I blame the medication. Anyway,
Okay.
and I was right. We were having a debate earlier on. It is exactly 56 laps. So, ay.
Yeah.
Offhand knew how long the Chinese Grand Prix was exactly. That just proves how fucking crazy I am about F1. But there you go. So we have a Chinese Grand Prix for you, and I'm not even gonna try and pretend, even though it says as Bortz'z goes through his setup. I won't try and pretend and fake it. Thanks to YouTube's great, awesome selection of thumbnails for this video, I do know that it ends up, and you guys probably will too, because you probably saw the thumbnail and was like, oh, it's so if you did...
Actually, when we upload it to our channel, whoever's channel that channel is, it probably is gonna auto-select a different thumbnail.
I'm gonna have to selectively edit out that audio. So you guys come back wondering why the hell there was that weird transition with beeps and shit. My bad. Ignore everything I just said as Bortz'z goes through his tire setup, and I feel like a complete dumbass.
Feels good.
Again, I blame the medication. So we're gonna probably see an interesting race here. Bortz'z starting in P17. He's
P17.
Yeah,
Ooh.
he's known for working his way up pretty quickly at the beginning of the race, so we should be in for some excitement. There we see him besting Heikki Kovalainen.
15 points? Is that a second season or that's a new game? I'm retarded. Never mind.
Yeah, whoa, oh my god, what the hell is he doing?
Spazzing out.
His hair back and forth. So here's the grid. Let me guess, that's Weber. Yep, that's Weber. Oh, that's Seb. What? That looked like Weber's helmet. Well, I'm gonna shut up. There's Heikki, and there's Bortz'z. It's so here at the start again. Yeah, what more can I say? I'm not Martin Brundle. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, although I try to be 5 lights. And we are away, and Bortz'z has one of the slow starts I've ever seen. He gets a little bit of wheel spin, puts all that curse, does something with the wheel there. I don't know what the hell he did. See Schumacher, Ricardo, Verne, all fighting Verne back in his usual position in qualifying, not doing well at all. Schumacher goes off a little bit in the grass, nothing too critical there as we go into turn 1.
Oh, Jesus.
Ricardo back in the field up, and everyone and their mother. Grosjean has
Schumacher actually doing spectacular stuff there.
Schumi. Oh my word.
And there goes Bortz'z. Also doing spectacular stuff. Wow. And
Grosjean, that's a change. Grosjean getting hit by someone else other than, not the other way around. Maldonado doing a decent job. Whoa! Brakes really early there.
That was quite a lot of position changed.
Yeah, that was one hell of a start, getting all the way up to P13. A little bit of a lock there. Gonna probably lose 13 to Maldonado. Yep, there you go. Back on track.
I can cross him though, or just do that. Yep.
On the outside, just takes him around the outside.
Oh, and I think, yeah, Grosjean and Senna. Oh, that's terrible driving.
Well, that's typical driving from Ren Grosjean as he knocks another competitor off the track. One of the reasons why he's probably not having a Lotus contract next year. As Bortz'z gets...
Actually, I saw a tweet that says he's most likely to be confirmed next week.
Shit!
Yeah, enjoy, motherfucker.
I like to watch Formula 1 for the racing. If I wanted to watch some idiot crash into people, I'd watch NASCAR, but that's another story for another day. It looks like the field really isn't pulling away that much. P10, 9, 8, 7, and 6 all bunched up there. I'm guessing the front couple McLarens and Red Bulls and Alonso are ahead. Whoa!
Oh.
What the hell?
So that's some That's some weird braking going on into turn 1 from all of the AI.
The balls on that motherfucker.
That's Kobayashi doing his usual wonderful brake testing job.
Arigato.
Nah.
And is he gonna? Nope. He thought about a dive and then he had to back out of it and really blew his line there.
Yeah. It's okay, at this rate he's gonna catch Kobayashi by the next corner.
I don't know. Kamui seems to be not that much slower than Bortz'z. A little bit slower, but not that much. I'm gonna guess next lap, probably around turn 3 is where Bortz'z is gonna be able to make it stick. Although stranger things have happened. See the clouds rolling in. Wonder if we're gonna have any rain this race. That'd be interesting.
Oh, gee, I don't know.
Bortz'z setting purple sectors, which doesn't really mean anything because the game gives everyone purple sectors on the second lap.
Does it? Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why, but
Maybe it's because they refreshed their sector leaderboard at the end of the lap. I don't know.
Well, potentially, but I've seen it change mid-lap before. I don't know how they work that out. Or it's getting the slipstream, making my predictions of a turn 3 Passion Kobayashi all the more likely. Using up a little bit of curves though, DRS is enabled. So Bortz'z checking his mirrors. It seems...
Is Kobayashi gonna have another? Not really, but... Oh, yes. Yes, he is.
really weird into China. I noticed that online as well. I was doing some online racing and... whoa! Ooh, nicely caught there, Bortz'z. Doing a little Kobayashi style driving. And, oh, here comes turn 3. Is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? Damn! No. Okay.
You suck.
Shut up.
Get out of commentating. Leave it to professionals.
Yeah, well, I mean, Lajard is supposedly a professional, and we all know how that ended.
I don't. I don't even know who that is.
As the BBC co-commentator with Brundle in 2010, he was probably one of the worst things to ever grace a microphone.
Really?
Not, and by grace,
In 2010, I still watched the Russian feed mostly, so mostly, entirely.
the hell? Outside pass into there. I don't think I've ever seen that. Got the inside line there, nicely taken. That corner's a bit more slippery than you would think. It's got a bit of a bump right there in the middle part of the corner that can throw you off very easily, especially overtaking the Peninsula.
You know, that Caterham seems to have enormous pace in the first few laps. I wonder why he qualified so low.
Well, we really don't know all of what his qualifying runs were like. I didn't watch his qualifying, but I did watch
it.
Yeah.
Does he do Q1, Q2, Q3?
Yes, assuming he still has that, since the game can't have P1 and P2 for some
No.
Don't get me started there. I'm that the game has all 3 qualifying sessions, and in fact, I know it does, and I know he does them. My thought is because in Australia he wasn't able to get out of Q1 on options, so he might have just, since this is only the 3rd race, have adopted the approach of primes on, in Q1 just to get on the top. He can overtake. Bortz'z is the car setup that he favors is
okay. That's a really good theory, except he started in P17.
So he qualifies to get himself ahead of the back markers, and then overtakes from there. He's a good
but that means he got into Q2.
Yeah, so he just doesn't do a run.
Oh, that's...
No, I didn't watch the qualifying, but that's what happened in Australia. Or in Australia, you get out of Q1, I think.
Ooh, there's a lot of fighting going on between Alonso and Rosberg, and that should be beneficial soon enough. And he's caught him mighty fast.
That was one hell of a reel in there. Mr. Eyebrows fighting with Brittany. Brittany...
it's really weird because the race pace on this Caterham is magnificent.
Well, Bortz'z favors an understeer-centric car, just from my time with racing with them and talking to him. And so he would excel in these early stages when the car's full of fuel, doesn't have the grip, and tends to want to understeer.
Yeah, but excel usually means he would hold off the pack after the early overtakes, but here he's overtaking
Alonso.
Yep.
was lost out to Brittany, and then that gave Bortz'z the opportunity to take him on the outside. And then we go into turn 1 where the AI have the weirdest braking pattern I've ever seen. But what I was saying earlier was is online. I was in a race where someone put the AI on in China, and it was a disaster. It just because of the way they brake, and everyone else had their own braking points. Turn 1, I think, ended up with 5 front wings scattered around the track, and 2 completely broken. Much cursing ensued. But we're catching 5, 6.
Oh, well, that might explain it. Look at the fuel.
Yeah.
Might explain
stuff.
something.
And this is part of Bortz's strategy as well. He wants to be able to overtake as much as he can, then go into fuel conservation. It looks like whoever that was up ahead, I think that's Weber, got a little bit wide going through that corner.
Oh, so Weber started from pole and...
No, it was Vettel. He just that looked like Weber's, that I thought was Weber's at the beginning. So either Bortz'z is banking on rain, where he would turn the engine down anyway, or he... I don't know.
-5 laps is a lot of laps, is all I'm saying.
That or he...
Ooh, is Weber gonna get
no.
overtaken by 2 cars? No, but I think it could have made it, actually, if he stuck with it.
Yeah, it doesn't want to take the risk, though. It's only lap 5. You got to go.
And next corner, anyway.
There we go. Whoa! Nice. Nicely caught there, Andrew. 10 places above the race prediction. So Bortz'z is making the engineer very happy.
That was a terrible race prediction. What the fuck? Even for Caterham, 16. And he's like, clean fuel, please. Oh my god. I think the car behind is trying to save fuel, so what? It's lap 6.
Well, you know, at least the engineer's giving you pertinent information. I mean, that's a nice change from the last 2 years.
I don't, like... And are the things he's saying, by the way, totally true, always? Like, we think always, yeah, we know?
Yeah,
or...
it's just supposed to be atmospheric. They are... Because he does the same stuff when you're racing online. This doesn't give driver names.
Okay.
But yeah, just from talking with people, because I wondered the same thing myself, and I asked them, I'm like, my engineer just told me you were on this fuel, are you? And they're like, yeah. So, so Bortz'z is going to be able to use DRS on Brittany, but Brittany will have DRS on Perez.
Yeah, they've been nicely overtaking the entire field together.
Yeah.
Oh, Perez running in a high position early on in the race. What?
Oh, is it gonna make it stick? Nope.
Maybe.
Oh.
Maybe.
Do it. He's got him. Bang.
Yep. But once again, slides into that corner, and once again, Rosberg is far, far away. Again, 1.4. The exact same thing that happened last time. He loses a lot of time overtaking the guy that Rosberg just DRS has passed.
Well, I mean, he really gets left with Rosberg's sloppy seconds. I mean,
yeah.
It's such an awkward maneuver to overtake the car, but you know, at least he gets it done. It's better than up behind the guy.
Then again, turn 1 braking, and half the gap's already gone.
And Bortz'z sets the fastest lap of the race, or fastest of the first sector, rather. Excuse me.
Not by much, but yeah.
Still, with Rosberg ahead of him, doing what Rosberg's doing, catching everybody. I mean, pretty soon, you know, P1, that's, I'm assuming Vettel is way ahead of everyone fucking.
I think it was Hamilton.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm trying to see. When we get close to these other 2 cars, they are.
We'll see it at the end of the lap, maybe? Show it? Or no?
Cars in front is Button, I think. Oh, no, that is a Red Bull. So it's a Red Bull and McLaren, so that's Button. Yeah, so Hamilton is in the lead. A little bit of understeer there, nothing too bad. There's that bump.
How could you tell the 2 cars?
When they went into the left-hander corner, I saw blue and red, and I saw...
You son of a bitch, are you watching this at 1080p again?
On a 23-inch monitor, yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Oh, up a little bit there.
That ain't gonna help.
Hmm. Now let's see how he can take this corner when he's not overtaking somebody. You know, I think it's just something about that corner that Bortz'z just his car does not like it at all.
Well, if it understeers, it makes sense for it not to be particularly compliant in that corner.
There's nothing really extremely different about that corner that, you know, his car's really not understeering that much anywhere else on a normal lap. It's just, I don't know if he's just not braking correctly or if there's a camber issue. It's Rosberg has caught the other two mightily quick. Wow, look at that gap. It's nothing at all. As Bortz's fuel engineer now is probably screaming his fucking head off.
Yeah, guessing it's at -7 or -8 projections.
We're going to have to start managing fuel to get to the end of the race.
Yeah, there we go.
You're marginal on fuel.
You're marginal on fuel.
That's the kindest way anybody's ever told somebody, save some fucking fuel, you dipshit.
And Bortz is probably saying, leave me alone, I know what I'm doing.
Don't drive off track and look for an alternate route, please, Andrew.
Well, you know, the alternate route is very quick, and, you know, somebody closed the gate, it's not my fault. But if somebody closed the gate, they will die, and I will send a Finnish military after them, and it will be okay.
I think Rosberg's about to consume 2 other
Yes,
drivers.
that is.
Button
And all in Bortz's still, and that's about as excited as I can get. Oh, look, he took that corner very well.
Okay, so you have to wonder, what's up with Rosberg's AI speed? Is he on the exact same fuel strategy? Why is he so much faster than pretty much every other car? And oh, wow.
Well, he's not.
Wow.
Oh. Why are they slowing down so much in that corner? I know.
Okay, either maybe he ran out of fuel already 9 laps into the race, because that was. And there we have him. There we have Rosberg finally, and Button's ahead. Wow.
1-1 wings and an understeer-centric setup, so I don't understand how he has more grip in that corner than the AI. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't make sense, no.
As we see Bortz now catching Button, so Hamilton is in the lead by quite a margin.
Yeah. The car ahead is holding you up. Are you watching the same race we're watching, dear race engineer?
Well, I mean,
I don't.
if you're counting gap delta to pace, he would be.
Yeah, but he hasn't come close enough to be holding it, like to be held up by Button in any imaginable. Okay, well, no, he didn't even there. Even there, you cannot make the argument that he's being held up in any way.
I don't know. And the one problem I've noticed with Bortz's car is I don't think he anticipated passing these many cars because his gear ratio is not set for a DRS kind of. It's set on. He hits the rev limiter extremely quickly, even without DRS deployed. With it deployed, I don't.
Oh, look, it's the turn 1 shenanigans again. Jesus.
We're going to take Zafinga boy. Going into turn 3, I would assume, or turn 4, I guess is what the right hand.
I'm guessing he's gonna get a good launch out of there.
Nope.
Nope.
Is he gonna go Banzai?
He should.
No.
I thought about it, didn't.
Yeah. Again, 10 laps in, still too early into the race to be doing any of that shit.
Yeah, but then again, you need to pass as many as you can before you're gonna be holding him up like a bitch for the rest of the race.
But is he really holding him up? Besides Rosberg accepted, is he?
No,
he went up.
No, he's gonna have to go to lean for a long time.
Yeah, but still, the advantage you have, even when he goes on lean, he's still going to be much, much lighter than all the cars around him. His turned down true, but he'll have lost all that fuel weight.
Oh, maybe.
His tires last longer. He might be able to cut an entire option stop out of his strategy.
Vettel about to be Durst. Yep. There we go. Hamilton, not that out of reach.
Yeah. It'll be a matter of can he get Hamilton in this stint. Now, if I were Bortz'z, I would turn it down to lean now. Not even worry about Hamilton at this point and just...
Well, if you were Bortz'z and the massive Hamilton fanboy like you are, of course you would.
If I were Bortz'z, I would have a much more oversteer-centric setup. That's what I like, and I probably would be spinning off into the wall. But standing. Well, no, but strategically,
If you were Bortz'z, what would that make me?
UJE day. But if I were Bortz'z, so from a strategic standpoint, he's going 2/10 quicker in the first sector. He knows he can close that gap. He's relatively on pace in the final sector, which is a bunch of straights. I turn the engine down, start saving that fuel, not worry about Hamilton in this stint, come in for tires, and attack them. Just because, yeah, he might be able to catch Hamilton, but by the time he does, he's going to have to come in for fresh tires and start saving fuel at some point eventually.
Yeah, but maybe he wants to get the stop out of the way with Hamilton behind and then hold him off for the next stint,
But the problem
dictating the rules of the game in there.
by Hamilton, whereas right now he's in clean air. He doesn't have to worry about the wake off of Hamilton's car. He doesn't have to worry about defending anybody.
Maybe.
It's his own race right now, so why not save fuel when he's completely in control? You're right, he dictates when he's out front, but he still has to defend. You know, there's it's to both, but you know we'll have to just see what he does. This is we're on lap 11 now. Yeah. Tire.
Good race so far.
Oh yeah, for sure. Much more interesting than that Malaysia one we casted. Sorry, Bortz'z, but by the end, I literally fell asleep. I just heard Valentin talking, and I was just like, am I dreaming? Why do I hear a Russian in my dreams? And then I realized I was still casting, and the race still had 20 minutes.
So you don't often hear Russians in your dreams, is that it?
Not unless I fall asleep watching Russian dashcam videos, and then I'll hear yes
Oh god.
over and over and over. Maybe Stuka stuck in there somewhere. Or Suka, not Stuka. That's a plane.
Yeah, okay. Get it right.
Stuka is
One's a German
yeah.
fighter.
Which you guys got very, very active. I'm not going to say that.
Which you come on, yeah.
First two looks awesome. Recovery. So Bortz'z kind of closing on Hamilton, but now he's got to worry. Now that Brittany's cleared the back two sharp enders, he's probably going to be out of charge, and he's going to have to start thinking about how do I defend from Rosberg. Because if Rosberg gets by Bortz'z, that's not going to be a big deal. But if he gets by Hamilton, that's when shit's going to hit the fan. Rosberg just has the pace on. There's no way he's going to be able to catch Rosberg. Should Rosberg take the lead. Clouding up, not that much. I don't think it's going to rain. But we'll have to wait and see. Bortz'z going into the hairpin. That front left is looking...
You know, I think it's gonna rain.
You do?
Yeah.
That was a very high-pitched yeah.
Sue me.
Okay. I'm an American. Don't say that to me. I actually will. It looks like there's a back marker that Hamilton's going to be catching soon.
Ooh, wonder who that is.
That's probably going to be one of the cars that's not going to be on the grid next year.
Yep.
Or HRT. Wait.
Do we sing Amazing Grace now, or do we wait until he actually passes him for the lap?
Holy shit, he's caught Hamilton by a second and a half.
You think Hamilton's tires hit the cliff, or an AI mistake, or just magic?
I don't know. I didn't see any mistake.
Because he's getting closer and closer by the looks of the minimap. I'm gonna go with magic.
Yeah, hacks. He turned on grip hacks. Reverse tire dig. Well, it's something to pit in now, but he's setting fastest. That's the first time I think he's hit it fastest in the second sector. Whoa.
Okay, pit in.
Get your ass in the box.
Yep.
Just put it in the box. Wow, it's really clouding up now. That could be interesting. His now Bortz'z is closer than ever. But he's gonna have to pit. I mean, maybe eke out one more lap. Maybe.
And Hamilton goes in.
He's gonna do it.
And that's okay, that's good. That's good thinking from Bortz'z.
Now Bortz'z has got to set the lap of his freaking life right now.
Yeah. But at least he's playing for the game, you know? I like that. And they're setting the prime, so his outlap will be quite shit compared to, well,
and here's the thing. It is clouding up a lot now. Like, immeasurably between the last 3 laps.
well, I can't quite see my definition isn't this either. So
Yeah, well, it is. So,
it's looking like rain,
I think it's looking like rain. And
and he's trying to stay out to just go on enters.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be able to last that long. I think it's going to be probably like, we're going to probably in 5 minutes have the 15-minute rain call is my guess. I would come in for options. And
Oh, he's not gonna make those last for 20 minutes. Are you kidding me?
come in for options.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Of options. Jump Hamilton. And if it doesn't rain, then go to primes for one last stint. He's already low on fuel. He'll be able to keep the tires in shape for longer.
Yeah.
And he'll have clean air.
Yeah, good call, good call. Well, let's see what if this is what Mr. I disregard what my race engineer says. Will do.
We'll have to see. Dashboard have the shisho.
And by the way, he is quicker than Hamilton on those sectors. That
He's coming in now. Yep.
is he?
Yep, yep.
There we go.
I could just
Why did he only put it to standard? And then to lean.
There's no logical explanation for that. He just blew it. Yeah. Oh! What the hell? Bortz'z boy. Fucking idiot. Okay. No. I thought I had it all figured out.
Wow, that's the quickest stop of the Caterham cruise life.
Critically,
Yep. Told you.
he's got Lewis. So now,
And now he can cruise.
but the problem is, he really can't cruise because if Hamilton has a burst of speed and Vettel sets the fastest lap by 6/10 on Bortz's best, he's going to start having to defend. Why are there only 23 cars on the grid?
Be aware, we think the car behind is trying to save fuel.
Oh, the car behind is also trying to save fuel.
Just noticed that.
Lovely.
As Bortz has got to get his rubber warmed up.
Stop saying rubber. Just stop.
I mean, that's what the tires are made of.
Stop.
I mean,
It always goes wrong.
why is he turning it up? I mean, I guess he has to get his rubbers nice and hot, but I mean,
No,
makes that
no rubbers.
what? That's
Just
what it's made of.
I know.
I don't even know why you would want to turn the mix up. I mean, the easiest way to get the rubber nice and hot is to just go deep and hard into this turn.
Okay.
Apex. Pull out nicely. Get a quick burst. Shake a little bit here. Get up marbles, and you're good to go.
Yeah, you're good to go. The morale of that story.
I don't know how I was able to say all that with a straight face, but there you go. Another fastest lap. The finger boy's coming back. Unless Bortz can get his rubbers warmed up. He's gonna start backing up Hamilton. He's gonna start backing up Rosberg, and then Boyle finger his way through the field. And it looks like the midfield's all bunched up back there. So someone somewhere went off. It was probably an HRT.
Now, it's still early season. They can still afford new details for their car.
Can't name one new part they brought. I forget what 2 races was, but I remember in one race they had like their exhaust had burned part of their car bodywork. Race.
Yeah, but that was later in the season. I don't remember what it was.
They showed up and the car had the exact same, like they hadn't even changed the. I'm sorry, but if I made a strong enough case, I could probably get more money from my university to fund an F1 team, a Virginia Tech F1 team, than HRT team. I don't know how. They have the freaking backing of one of the up-and-coming car manufacturers in a country that is an up-and-coming global power. How the f did they not get more money? You know? And were they that much of a failure that they couldn't secure money from Tata with an Indian driver? Okay, I'm gonna stop. My Marussia backpack is awesome. Nobody here has recognized what the hell that is. I made the mistake of wearing it down, going downtown in here in Southwest Virginia, and it has the word Russia on it. Is how that went. Flipped the knife at night, and I had a knife, and so I was just like, back off. Or I use it to open boxes at work, but it can also open you if you get too close. As we're catching a back marker now, that looks like a Tarasso actually. Oh no, it's a Marussia. That's a Marussia. Turns out, oh, and speaking of Marussia, my mom's a fan of Team O'Clock.
For any particular reason?
He reminds her of David Duchovny from the X-Files. My family, all my family's a huge X-Files fan.
Good enough reason.
Well, yeah, no, she was the one I was telling you about on Twitter. Apparently, she now, she was just, we were talking about F1. I got her to watch the U.S. Grand Prix as we passed pick. But I remember was watching it with my grandfather during like the Jackie Stewart era. She remembers Stewart. She remembers Ix. Just kind of cool.
Wow.
You actually remembers that, and
Yeah, that's cool.
40 years later, here I am watching the sport. So I've now got my whole family into Formula One, which.
Well, I can legitimately, like, already without asking anybody, tell you that none of my Soviet Union-born family watched F1 back in the day. So there you go.
Soviet Union-based team.
What?
Because there wasn't a Soviet Union team. If there was, holy shit, that would have been broadcast on every freaking channel. By which I mean the one.
Probably not, because it wouldn't do very well.
They can edit things. I mean, have you seen what North Korea does with its rocket launches?
Yeah.
They found.
Or with its football matches.
Yeah. Oh boy. I remember when they lost that one match, and you just saw a bunch of guys in suits grab the coach. I'm just like, I don't want to know where they're taking him. Yeah, scary place.
Did you know that Kim Jong-il was like a golf superstar? That he was able to go like 68 under par and scored 5 hole-in-ones?
Yeah. I also did a whole bunch of other. Dude, I've watched North Korea for 7 years. I've written papers on it.
Yeah.
I know all about Kim Jong-il and his fucking craziness. I actually am in the process of writing another one now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and Kim Jong-un is a fat bastard. Back to Formula 1. Bortz'z is in the lead. By a margin. How that? Ooh, well, not like that. How? I guess it's because Hamilton's holding up Rosberg. Brittany's gonna have to get back past Lewis, his new teammate, pretty soon. If he...
Our horde of North Korean fans are probably now wondering why this video has been blocked in their country. We apologize.
Yes. Pengebsimnida.
They don't have YouTube, do they?
Very few would.
Yeah.
I mean, they have their own internet. Well, in Pyongyang, at the Pyongyang University, like, they have their own internet.
That's
approved. It's sort of like China, but instead of the government like giving you access to the internet and then censoring it, it censors and then gives access to it. Have their own like local internet, and very, very few of the top elite actually have access to the wider internet.
Yeah.
There's only one person who would have access to the entire internet, I think, in North Korea.
Yeah.
That's the guy who has a small animal crushing fetish. And any guesses who that is?
Small animal crushing fetish. I wonder if that's the North Korean leader.
There you go. That's one of the
Yeah.
few is actually sort of known about him. Bortz'z too.
Jesus. You know, some of that is really kind of funny, but as a political scientist and generally as a moral human being, breaks your heart. Just
No, it is sad when you look at the plight of the people, but that's why I'm interested in being that sort of an enigma. They're like the last like of the Soviet era.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah. Soviet era wasn't nearly as bad as this.
no. But I'm saying like it's a time.
Stalin era might have been, but
But I mean, Stalin was a massive cock.
yeah, mass murderer. I don't think it was. Yeah, but
Killed 50 million people. That is a prick right there.
50. I think 30.
Back to Formula One. We're getting side.
Okay.
Yet. Oh, I could go on for hours about North Korea, but we're catching Kovalainen, who may not be with or without a seat next year. He's been linked to a couple.
Probably not.
Probably not. It depends.
Who's gonna hire him?
The two persistent rumors that I see are Force India, which I know is very doubtful, and Lotus, which is slightly more realistic, but at the same time, probably not when they have, admittedly, you know, Grosjean has the backing of Total, and then you also have Kobayashi, who has 1.3 million pounds to his name. You would have competition for Lotus if Grosjean is a no-go, but then you also have Sudal, who's probably a no-go because he glassed Lux. And who else would go for Lotus, maybe?
No, Sudal is. I think Sudal has a really good chance of securing a Force India seat for next year.
Yeah, I've started seeing more people saying they're looking
Yeah.
at Force India, that is. You know, if he's worked out these visa issues and whatnot, I don't see why not. He was kind of unceremoniously dropped last year. Granted, not in a less dickish way than Toro Rosso, because at least they gave the advance warning.
But Vijay actually, it was rumored that Vijay actually really wanted to keep him, but Hulkenberg's contract was already signed, and he just couldn't afford to pay him off for another year.
I see. Well, that makes sense then.
So it would make sense if he brought Sutil back.
Yeah. Trying to think, where else could Kovalainen go? I mean, he could always occupy the second seat at Marussia, but I mean, that's always been an almost guarantee that it's going to be Locke for the experience and another pay driver. And in this case, it's going to be Chilton, was it?
Yeah, supposedly. Maybe not.
Why?
Apparently it's... I don't know, it's just been going kind of silent, and we're... Again, it's like one of those Alguersuari things. People are less sure, significantly, so you never know.
Well, the fact that there's radio silence basically makes me wonder, what are they waiting for? Because no qualms about it, Marussia don't have the finances to take to pay drivers. They need a pay driver. There's no thoughts about that. With Pick going...
Apparently Guido actually might have some pretty good money to his name too.
Shilton?
I don't think so, but I've read some suggest that he does. I don't think so. I think that's crazy talk, but
and I don't know. I mean, who else is there? Petrov was a paid driver, and now his pay is going away. So
That's, by the way, also Joe Savard thinks that it isn't. So
but he really can't compete with Max Chilton. So if
no, not with Max Chilton. Petrov might actually stay at Caterham, very likely.
so,
He saved them 10th, and he seems to currently in negotiations, so might actually.
to be fair, I call the line, and I mean I always have, but Petrov gave him a run for his money this year. In the end of the day,
13-7 in qualifyings, 9-10 in races, so Petrov actually.
yeah. Hickey never seemed happy with the car, to be fair. He always was complaining about the car being shit, but at the same time, results don't lie, and the first person you have to beat is your teammate. Petrov almost did. So I guess that justifying Caterham's mind ditching Kovalainen for 2 pay drivers. But at the same time, that doesn't really speak well for a team that says they want to go places when they don't have an experienced hand behind the wheel. You know what I mean?
Maybe. Yeah, but at this point, Petrov can be considered one.
I can no longer make Petrov jokes because the guy actually did solid. But, I mean, I don't know. It's going to be interesting next year with Marussia getting Kurz and our development from all indications going well, in so much as they're going to make the first testing session. And
yeah, but then again, Caterham made, I think, a pretty crucial team principal switch, and that might pay off.
Well, it might, but the question is going to be: is it going to pay off a second? Because that's what with Kurz, that's Marussia's advantage. If you look at the timing screens, and I've kind of extrapolated a little bit there, but I'm guessing if Marussia had Kurz, they could have beat Caterham by a lap. They just had the car fundamentally. They were just missing a critical component, and a lot of it also has to do with the nose design. But
but they did lose a lot of money due to the last few laps of the Brazilian Grand Prix, like a lot of money. So that could hurt them quite a bit.
While that doesn't, that could hurt. As by the way, Hamilton's 5 seconds behind Bortz'z. Although Marussia lost that money, it was a shit ton of money. It was about 10 million pounds, I think. They lost that money. Okay, fine. If rumors are to be believed, they're 40 million in debt. So that would have made a small dent, but they still would have been in the red. So in that sense, it wouldn't have mattered. But what it does do, their performance over 2012 is attractive to more sponsors because they see them as the team that can take the fight to the midfield now.
Maybe.
Started to develop into that image. And they're not there yet. No qualms about it. They're not there yet. But if you look at Caterham's development path from 2010, all the teams were like, okay, we're going to be on the back end. We know this. Okay, fine. Starting in 2011, Caterham was a team that came out and said, we're going to take the fight to the midfield. And besides a few races where they were nipping at the Williams, who were in complete free fall at that point, and Lotus Renault, who also towards the end kind of fell off the edge, Caterham never really did that. 2012 was then supposed to be their breakaway year with the Renault engine, with the Kurz, with the new aero department, with all this stuff.
Yeah.
And they actually lost ground, and Marussia took the fight to them.
Well, yeah, which means that now they're doing actually like a radical change, and maybe they're going all in and it worked.
And that's the problem from an investment angle that teams are going to have looking at Caterham. They see Marussia as making this consistent progress without some of the tools that the other teams has, with a fraction behind
maybe. No.
Consistency. You're right. Caterham might take off next year, and they might become the next big thing. They might. But probably when you have radical change, as we've seen in Egypt, tied back to physical science, it can either go extremely quickly, or it can fall flat on its ass. When you have a power-hungry dickhead who tries to take over everything again. But that's another story for another day. I'm not calling the Caterham team principal a power-hungry dickhead, by the way. He seems like a pretty chill guy. But you get my analogy. going to be next year, I think, and I was wrong on Williams, so I could be wrong here again, but I think next year Caterham is going to be a tale of one extreme or the other. They're either going to do very, very well, and they're going to start fighting for points, or they are going to fail in an epic fashion. And time will tell how that goes. The other thing too that has me worried is Cosworth. If Marussia's still using the Cosworths and Cosworth's not doing too well, I mean, what's going to happen? Yeah, are they going to be able to supply decent engines? That's going to be, if there's going to be one thing that'll be Mauritius failing next year, it's going to be the Cosworth, because that engine manufacturer seems to be financially falling away.
In 2014, I don't think that they can expect the support of Cosworth anymore. 2013, still should, since there's not a lot of tech regulation changes and all that. But 2014, unlikely. And who's gonna take him on? Renault? No. It's starting to rain, and Bortz'z looks up in the sky, and he's like, "Oh well, shit."
I should have on the option tire, like Matt said, retroactively. But still, it's starting to rain. It depends on how fast the grip falls away. It's complicated, especially with the localized weather system. We'll have to see exactly where it's starting to rain and whether or not that really dramatically affects his grip levels. How far will he be able to get? Will he have to change to the extreme? Well, will he have to change to inters? Will he have to change to extreme wets? We'll have to wait and see.
Gap to Hamilton 3.5, consistent.
Oh, but
But Rosberg is right on his tail, so that's probably helping Bortz'z out quite a bit.
Yeah.
As those two are fighting for position, probably in this very turn, doing something dumb.
I don't see Brittany doing something dumb. He's pretty consistent. But back to your question, who would take on Marussia? I mean, it depends. If it becomes an engine formula, it'll probably be a war between the engine manufacturers, and if Renault take them on, because they already have the Caterham team, I would assume it'd be Ferrari.
Yeah, Ferrari's something I thought too, but
you have this one.
Actually, since Ferrari are gonna stop supplying Toro Rosso, I do believe. Yeah. Why not?
But then again, well, I would, if this had been a year ago, I would have said Mercedes because Marussia have the McLaren ties. But it looks like Mercedes and McLaren are going through a bit of a divorce right now, so that probably won't happen. So it's got to be Ferrari. Maybe Pure, if Pure gets back on its feet. I don't know what the current financial situation is of them, if they've worked anything out or not. But that's a wait and see. Wasn't there another engine manufacturer besides that? Wasn't there a sixth?
No.
No? So it was just the known for and Pure? Okay. I thought there might have been an American entity that was working on one.
No, some people were saying Honda.
Honda, that's it. It wasn't American. Japanese. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see Honda back in the sport in some fashion. I'd like to see Peugeot back in the sport in some fashion. That'd be cool. Take Romain Grosjean off of Lotus's hands. Little bit of a moment there. Get a bit of grass on that wheel. Nothing big. Saying Hamilton's due to pit within the next 2 laps, but... Oh!
Whoops.
That is not good.
Remember, you can move the brake balance to the rear. This may stop your front tires from locking.
Yeah, move the brake balance to the rear when he just had a massive oversteer moment. Great thoughts there, engineer. You're f***ing retarded. As Hamilton's now 2 seconds behind. I still haven't seen this fabled rain yet. So I don't know where it's supposedly raining. Bortz'z is now only 8 laps down on his fuel projections. Probably because he's on normal mix. Ugh. That's not pretty. Now I'm on 28, halfway through the race. And apparently there's rain somewhere that I haven't seen. Up there it is. So, oh god, it's got to be in that corner, doesn't it? That's gonna get interesting when it starts getting wetter.
For the AI, sure.
And for Bortz'z, you saw the snap oversteer.
Well, yeah.
That looks like a Marussia ahead of him. So, yeah. I'm at a loss here.
Hmm.
It's just
I know the feeling.
wait and see until, you know, we can see what this one does. Should start spicing things up. Yeah. What else is there going on? I mean, this is Formula One's now on break. There's not really much to talk about. The awards gala was pretty uneventful. Kimmy actually showed up. Vettel was drunk, I think, again. Nothing really else to report.
Is Vettel drunk not enough for you? I mean,
True. He was pretty funny last year when he was slammed. I'm struggling here. Oh, here's one for you. The undisclosed new European race that's going to take slot 20 next year.
it looks like the Austrian Grand Prix.
Which has got me all happy in special areas. I'm nostalgic for the A1 ring. I'd much rather it be Imola, but, you know. Ooh, now that's some rain. Bortz'z has got rubber on his rubber. His right front to be precise.
Yeah. Well, I'd bet.
Well, I'd first turn my mix down to lean.
Oh, yeah. But then I'd bet.
Hey, but it's dry back here. As I say that, it's raining. We'll have to wait and see. Oh, Lord. Coffee.
Are you tired there, Matt?
Yeah, I've been up for 3 hours.
Well, I've been up for 13, so.
Correct. Yeah, I don't know what Bortz'z says in this case. We'll see what he does. He's staying out. Oh, as he hits the ball. That's what he's gonna do. And he's 3 seconds off the pace, 3.5 actually. So yeah, inters are looking like, oh, yeah, that's some spray coming off that.
Ooh, that could have cost him. Ah, turn one, never mind. Forget it. Okay, well, if he doesn't pit after this lap of suicide, oh yeah, okay, pit now.
Get your ass in the pits, Bortz'z.
Yeah, aqua plant. Should he go for inters, or is it like full wet territory at this point?
Well, he'd have to, and look at the AI. This is the reason why we didn't do the co-op championship.
Yeah.
I'll let
So
it-
apparently the AI does not have to struggle with the non-existing grip because, you know, whatevs.
This actually looks full wet.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
His
Just
tires
jump.
cooled down massively. Crash in sector 3. Actually, you know what? The AI are kind of struggling a bit. Oh, look at that. Little spin from Hamilton there.
Debris has been cleared, so we'll never find out. Thank you for that.
Ooh.
Oh, he's saying that's Hamilton. Another. Yo, there we go. Wow.
There goes Lula.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen that happen in F1 games for. Oh,
Oh, there goes Bortz'z.
haven't seen AI spin, but now I have, and I'm damn glad I did.
You know, but back here is not wet enough. Oh, well, okay, there we go. Bortz'z has no grip left. Gonna be real easy on the throttle here. And in we come. Now, is he gonna pull Hamilton and beach the car, a la 2007? Nope. Nicely handled. And everyone and their mama's coming in for tires now.
I wonder what's the choice. Okay, fuel lean, really? Wet, yeah.
Okay, wet
Good.
tires for next box.
Well, staying in the lead should be a piece of cake, even if Caterham royally screwed up the pit stop, which...
The track is clear. Track is clear.
Oh, wow, that's a wet track.
Yep. Rosberg disappeared somewhere, so he must have not made it to the pits there too.
Yeah. Yeah, the track's really not wet enough for wets yet, but it will be soon with the amount of rain coming down, so... definitely gonna pay off. That's what I'm trying to say. Changing these wet tires, Bortz'z trying to feel out the grip, figure out if he's gonna be able to floor it like he used to. And I do wonder where Rosberg's gone. Where's Vettel gone as well? Now all of a sudden Webber's up in P3.
Waving yellows in Sector 3, so some people try to stay out on dry tires, I'm gonna guess. And I think we now have that ended. Still 23 cars though, so that's nice.
Yeah. Might have been this car up ahead. The Bortz'z is catching at like a mile a minute.
And by the way, he's running from Hamilton. And actually Hamilton's not running from Webber, and he should be. Which makes me think that... Or is that a back marker that Hamilton is being overtaken by? Whoa, Hulkenberg, good job.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you have to pause for a breather? I did too.
Second here. Okay.
And then he pits in immediately, confirming our... And Rosberg's back into third, so I wonder if Webber tried to take... No, Webber's fourth.
Wait, so then where's Vettel? Where did Vettel go? It's my question.
He went on to win the 2012 World Championship and got drunk. I don't know. Isn't that what you were telling me this whole time?
That's it.
Karthikeyan doing some weird ass shit on track. And there goes who's in 17th? Paul de Resta.
Yeah, on inters. That's the thing. Before it was inter conditions, it was going to go to wet soon, and you could tell that. Alright, so sorry about that. Some technical difficulties on my end. Yeah, that was interesting.
That's what he gets for 1080p.
Yep, shut up. So I'll have to find that. Along with something at the beginning. But the rain is pouring down now. What I was saying, I think, before was that although it is, well, it was at that point interconditions, it was always going to go to full wet conditions. I mean, you could just look at the track and tell that. So Bortz'z made the right call going immediately to the full wets, whereas a lot of the AI are now on inters. So we'll have a bit of a mixed-up field here as Bortz'z overtakes cars he really shouldn't be. Again. Rosberg 20 seconds behind. Whoa.
Yeah, maybe had to do 2 stops, maybe spun around a bunch of times, which is the more likely.
Possibly. Glock's on inters.
So Glock's in 20th, but before that he was passing De Resta, who was in 17th.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. They were already 2 laps down at least.
2 laps down, yeah. Okay.
Where before it started raining even. Let's see who all these people are. They're gonna get out.
Ooh, lots of people coming out of the pits. That is not good. And that's Michael Schumacher.
Schumi though, he now has about 5 cars between himself and Hamilton. And while they have to move out of the way, with it raining like it is, there's no guarantee that they're won't hold him up at some.
Yeah, that's nice. That's really nice. And Schumacher,
Not gonna get out of the way. What the fuck? Shoot me, move! The rain.
it's not Vettel, you know.
Yeah, true.
Okay, well there he completely laid off the throttle there.
And I didn't catch that gap to Hamilton. I completely missed it.
We'll see.
While I'm at it, let me make sure that I'm still actually recording.
Wait, what happened?
I am. No. I just wanted to make sure that that freeze wasn't due to my audio glitching out. Everything's good.
Okay.
We have a 30-second lead over Hamilton.
29 seconds to Hamilton.
Did he just say 30-second lead or 13-second lead?
3-0. 29.8, I believe it was.
So yeah, 30. Okay. Wow, that's crazy.
Who's this all over Bortz'z ass?
Michael Schumacher, I'm gonna guess.
Maybe.
Yep. Now it's down to 28, but it's still. Oh my God.
And Bortz'z is probably
So
able to make these tires last till the end if it keeps raining like this.
those 5 cars are totally a non-factor, by the way, because Hamilton is like one sector behind.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Although all it would take was one mistake in this sector, and that's liquidated.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
And again, 20 laps. If he loses second per lap,
Yeah, it would have to take something major for Hamilton to be able to catch at this point.
well, to be fair, he's already losing more than that. It was at 29, 28, now 27. So it's going down.
A great call. It's going down. Very
What?
intuitive, very observant of you. All jokes aside, though, 2 seconds within one lap, that changes the calculus a little bit. Rosberg only 19 seconds behind him. Support.
You have to wonder where the rest of the field is.
Well, Bort's passed most of it. He's up to.
Yeah, but who are the people in the points that are gonna get lapped? Or maybe are gonna catch up to Hamilton and Rosberg?
No, it's Hamilton, Rosberg, Webber.
Yeah, Hamilton, Rosberg, Webber, yeah.
They're somewhere. Button, I would assume, is in there somewhere as well, because it was Vettel Button for a while there.
Well, remember, 23 cars.
Yeah, but that happened during the dry, when Bortz is still fighting. I mean, who haven't we seen? We haven't seen
Vettel.
HRT
I'm seeing one inch of that is true.
or Caterham. We've seen both Marussias. We've seen Kovalainen. We just haven't seen Pedro. I think.
Yeah, that's logic. Yeah,
We haven't seen Baby either. So he might be either in the points or off the track, getting a Brazilian. Bort's now down to -6, so he's starting to break the fuel back in. He's gonna have to do more than that though if he wants to make it to the end of the race.
Yep. Well, he put it back to normal because, you know.
I don't know why. I mean, oh wow, that might be why. 3 seconds in that lap. Hamilton is flying. Went from 27 to 24.
And Bortz isn't even setting laps that are like worse than his previous ones. That is weird. And Rosberg maintaining the gap to Hamilton, meaning that Rosberg's flying as well. So there's just one person who isn't flying?
And that's Bortz.
Okay, now Hamilton was at plus 25 there.
Well, that's sector 1. I mean, that first quarter, you know what's going to happen there.
Huh.
That's not surprising. It's these last 2 sectors, and I'm trying to figure out where he's losing time. He's taking that reasonably well for a wet track. Is it his top end speed? But I mean, that was fine, even in the dry. I mean, I gotta assume he'd be fine. And the only thing I could think of is with 1-1 wings in the rain. That
24 seconds.
well,
It is.
4. So that second sector, Hamilton's caught him up.
Well, he keeps missing the apex in this turn, but
but not by 3 seconds.
I know.
So it's these last 2 sectors, and these are actually the more downforce heavy sectors. So I'm assuming, yeah, that's what it's got to be. It's got to be his wings.
Maybe Caterham just remembered they were Caterham.
That's also a possibility. That's also a very distinct possibility. Because this is more mechanical grip. This is mechanical grip. That's where Bortz'z seems to be excelling. This next corner is an easy flat out.
Excelling?
Some really fast lap times. He's a few seconds per lap faster
Well,
than
yeah.
you.
Excelling. Yeah.
Comparatively. This.
Yeah, excelling. I looked at the wrong part of the screen. Because in Sector 3, Hamilton took out, I believe, 1.5 seconds.
By his catching. This is an aero corner that you cannot take just flat out.
Yeah.
So is this one. And the next one's semi-aero, semi-mechanical. Yeah, it's the aero sectors where he's using the time.
Yeah.
Suggesting an improvement in the weather. Light rain expected in around
Improvement in the weather.
Well, that would help, most definitely, at this point.
Well, potentially, but then you get into that awkward wet to enter to dry stage where things can go bad in a hurry.
Yeah, but things can go bad for Hamilton. At least it's not gonna stay constant like that. Because if it is to stay constant like that, then he ain't keeping that lead.
True, but there's no guarantee. He could fight Hamilton at the rate that
On track?
now
Yeah.
come with Hamilton catching Bortz'z and being on Bortz'z around lap 50 if the weather stays constant. Bortz'z could fight Hamilton for 5-6 laps. He could do that.
In those conditions, fighting anybody is a trick.
Because Bortz'z has the top speed advantage with that wing. All he has to do is get behind. If Hamilton gets past, just get behind Hamilton in the slipstream, take him into the hairpin. Bortz'z could fight him.
Yeah, there's still the teeny problem of fuel minus 6 laps.
Yep.
With
But again, he has a lighter car than them.
Yeah.
Be able to do the darting and the weaving easier with less load on the tires.
seriously though, can he even conserve enough fuel now to not go?
He puts it on lean. I don't know why he stuck it on normal.
Isn't there 19 laps to go and he's down 6?
22 laps to go. Or no, 19. Wow, I can't do math. Why did I say 22? I was looking at a different number. I was looking at one of the time deltas, that's why. Wow. I'm an engineer, I swear. But yeah, 19 laps to go to 6. He's got to turn it down to lean
Right now.
later. I mean,
And never turn it back up.
on standard, he's not losing. You know what I mean? Like, he's staying.
Yeah.
So that's the end of the world. He just got to turn the damn thing down. 23 seconds versus 20, so he's gaining back some time. I think Hamilton probably got caught in some back markers. That's going to be his saving grace, is the back markers. Those 4 cars that are behind Bortz'z that are in close proximity, with them being little nice caught there. If Hamilton does not catch those 4 cars on a straightaway, Bortz'z is going to have about another 5 seconds of safety room, and that's going to be what saves saves Bortz's race.
Well, saves Bortz's win. It's a great race for Caterham either way.
But you know, one mistake.
Yeah.
And Brittany will, you know. But the other thing too is if you get to that awkward stage, I mean, the grip disc between wets and inters isn't so big of a deal because the inters can still displace quite a bit of water. That would just be a wear thing. But you know, at this point in the race, wear is not as much of an issue. The issue is going to be with if it stops raining within the next 10 minutes, and it goes from interweather, or if it stops, and he's got to make the decision between inters and dries. There's a very small window where the change will work without losing massive loads of time in between, and that's what I worry about, the change of conditions. Because then he could start dropping like mad, like back into the points, deep into the points, like P6, 7, 8. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how this all pans out. But
how many laps would he need on lean to make up for the -6?
I would say 10, 11, 12. I think he still has a bit of a window.
No.
But he's got to do it soon.
I don't know why he isn't doing it this and that and these conditions though, because
Do I?
I mean,
It'll just give him more grip. He has the gap. Yeah, it's closing, but he still has a safety gap of 20-something seconds. I really don't know. I mean, he's hitting the limiter already on normal, you know, at the very end. Oh, well, he's now, if you just saw the rejoin thing change, if he had to pit now, he would be within the window of losing first, so...
but why would he have to pit?
Tires. Enters. And...
Well, if he's gonna have to come in for inters, so is everybody else.
Because everyone else came in for inters laps after Bortz'z. Or came in
You think Hamilton has been doing this entire thing on inters?
No. He came in. That's why the 20-second gap I did. Why it was almost 30 seconds. Because spent 20 seconds for an additional pit stop to come in for wets after he was on inters. So, my thinking is they will be able to carry it if it starts to where it's drying out enough to where the tires are wearing faster. The AI will be able to continue for an additional 2-3 laps, whereas Bortz'z will not be able to just based on wear. He'll have to come in for inters. So, he might have to make, if it's close to the end of the race, he might have to make an additional pit stop.
Well, rejoin first. It is right now.
But that keeps bouncing back and forth.
Yeah.
And that's what worries me. There you go again. It's back to first second. And as this carries on, as these tires lose grip, and as the track dries, that gap is going to start decreasing. And he'll have to, I mean, it might not start decreasing because of wear, but Bortz'z will have to start going offline to find the wet spots to cool the tires, and, you know, that'll get ugly. It's up in
He's actually been taking these corners very nicely as of late. So that's probably saving him quite a lot of time.
Well, he's got some heat, and he's got the grip that he wants. He's probably found out where he can brake, what he can do. Rosberg only 5 seconds behind, or excuse me, Webber only 6 seconds behind Webber, or read the fucking screen.
Webber only 5 seconds behind Rosberg. It was 3, so pretty much doesn't. There's constant. It's constantly changing the gap. They're close enough in those conditions, but nothing too major happening yet.
Yeah. 16 laps to go. It's maintaining his own pace pretty well. Tenth of a second off. That's nothing really. As
Rosberg seems to be losing to Hamilton, and Hamilton seems to be losing to Bortz'z with the rejoin in first yet again.
Hamilton keeps bouncing between the 20 and the 23 second gap. He's always somewhere within there. I don't quite know why he's catching by 3 seconds and then losing 3 seconds. That first corner.
Monsters.
But yeah, because Codemasters.
Yeah.
I mean, what more?
Yeah, you see, and there he gains a second. There he gains a second. So where does he lose 2 seconds?
I mean, even with the first corner being what it was, he wasn't gaining 2 seconds, maybe half a second.
Yeah, I guess.
In the rain, even if you tack on double the time, you're still talking 1 second. You're not talking 2-3 seconds. So I don't know where he's losing all that time. And then gaining it back, you know what I mean? With Bortz'z one, where is the McLaren gaining that much time? At first, I thought it was the.
I am a bit concerned. I have not seen the tire wear screen at all.
I'm a bit concerned that he hasn't flicked the mix. There we go. Hey, wow! Right as I said that.
Yep.
So he's actually right 3 laps within the window of that becoming impossible to finish the race. So he might have just squeaked by there, but he's definitely going to have to conserve fuel, start lifting in the corner.
For the rest of the race, yeah.
He's got to be in hardcore fuel conservation mode. And I love how The engineer basically is probably just facepalming. He hasn't said anything about fuel. He's just like, fuck. He's got to do something. We're screwed. Think, hey,
He could try the NASCAR, trick of switching the engine off.
oh, leave me alone. I know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to listen to his throttle patterns, seeing if there's any lift and or where Bortz'z would be losing the time to Hamilton.
Oh, he's not, even though he went to lean.
Yeah, no, he's not lifting yet. Definitely making slower.
He cannot afford another stop, even though a projected stop is lap 43 somehow.
Well, we
That is
tradition. I don't know how fast to set a Wetzel there.
well, he isn't showing us, unfortunately, but he cannot afford another stop. Just it does not look like something that can happen.
Well, let's see what the gap is. Hamilton now.
Yeah, but with him being on lean,
Well, with him being on lean though, the pit stop, just that extra little bit might help him. I mean, I don't know. 21 seconds.
You think Codemasters simulate the saving of fuel on the pit straightway?
Well, I hope they do, because every time I come into the pits in this game, I flick it to lean under that assumption.
Yeah, everybody does, but I don't actually think they do anything about that, to be honest.
Yeah, that would require actual work.
He's done quite a few laps on lean now, and by quite a few I mean like one and... Oh! Game changer maybe?
Potentially. 5 minutes. That would put him close to his normal pit stop window. So then it becomes a matter of, does the rain completely and 100% stop? Or does it kind of ease? If it kind of eases and he does need to come in, it'll have to be wets. But if it completely stops, we might be looking at an interswitch, in which case...
Yep.
Interesting. Because there will come a point where he has to get on dries. And that call to get on dries is what's going to define this race.
Oops, get nervous there.
A little bit, nothing too bad. I mean, that's nothing. Compared to how you used to take it in 2011 before they put those stupid, retarded, utterly nonsensical slowdown regions off the track. You used to be able to just blast off that corner, which was stupid, but I don't understand these whole slowdown things.
-5 now, so that's a good sign. But now the engineer is going to be buggering him about fitting in every single lap. So yeah, looking forward to that, aren't we?
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, at this point, obviously, what Bortz'z needs to know and what Bortz'z needs to exactly mimic is Hamilton's pitting strategy. Because, whatever happens to Rosberg is 40 seconds behind, so that can be manageable. You can waste even 2 stops and still realistically be in the lead. So he pretty much just needs to know what Hamilton's doing and exactly copy it.
Yeah, it is getting a bit brighter behind the grandstands there, so... And actually the rain is easing up quite a bit. Oh, ooh,
He's good, he's good.
Yeah, he's got it. I think you're like a half second ahead of me, so these things a little bit before I do. But that's nothing that bad. That was like that before, our little audio bugs, so I keep going. It's definitely getting a lot brighter. The rain's still pretty damn heavy in this sector, but it's getting lighter across the track. But this is going to be a tough call. What does Bortz'z do? Because at this point, he could come in for wets.
Okay, so Rosberg just lost like a second to Hamilton. That's a bit weird.
The race
Considering that Weber didn't gain anything on him, so
is almost stopped here. I mean, it's light, but it's on.
oh, hello, backmarker. Who are you?
No. That's not a Marcia. That looks like a Toro Rosso. So is that Toro Rosso 2 laps down or 1?
If one, that's
There's a group of slower cars just
quite an
ahead of you.
achievement, actually. Yep,
Ricardo.
it's actually quite a good place.
Eyes are blue. There's some blue sky there. It's gonna stop raining. So Bortz'z is gonna have to come in for inters.
At some point,
There's no chance of him making it on wets. So
I
that,
would like to see that tire wear, how bad it is.
it might not be too bad now because there's still quite a lot of water on the track, but the temperatures are creeping up significantly. And
Look at Hamilton though. Hamilton's losing time.
that's always been like that. It's always gone to about 23 seconds. But it goes
No, it was more. It doesn't really go to more than 23 though, does it?
23 and a bit. I mean,
Huh. Well, okay.
I'll give it a window.
Look, Rosberg's lost another second.
Right, so someone obviously fucked up somewhere. Willing to bet it was in the. Oh, people are starting to come in.
And there's yellow flags in the sector. And now Hamilton's 25 behind. Yeah, I'm gonna go with my theory of something's happening.
They need inters. That's what it is. It's not wet enough for these tires. There's too much of a loss of grip. The grooves are too deep, and there's not enough rubber in contact with the road for how little water there is. I mean, the rain's almost stopped on the straight. I mean, there's almost no rain whatsoever there.
Oh, this could get ugly, and wow.
So you have cars 1 2 laps or 3 laps down, 1 lap down, and Bort's on the lead, all fighting.
Good job, Bortz'z.
Nice driving.
Top points, yeah.
There's Button. What the hell's Button doing all the way back here? And I think he's stuck behind a back marker who's a couple laps down to him. This is going to get really ugly. Is he going to cut across?
Hello, future Caterham driver. Hello, Jensen. You're in place number 10.
10.
Must have been a strategy call mishap. Yellow flags in sector 2. Wonder who caused that and where. I think that's not ahead of us.
Inters. I'm assuming inters. I mean, that's the only logical choice at this point. So I'm also trying.
Whoa.
That's a bit of a moment.
Oh.
Oh my god. Yellow flags.
Okay. Yeah, pit this lap is. Oh, and somebody stopped on track there, and going off and rejoining not very safely.
That was Vettel.
That was Vettel? Yeah, I saw the German flag.
Now we know where Sebastian Vettel's gone. Straight back.
Has to stop.
They need inters.
By the way, really not looking good with the -5 there, Andrew.
No, still staying -5. That. Temperatures are warming up in the fronts.
No.
Yeah, they're a little bit of a yellowish tinge.
No, what I'm saying is no.
Yeah.
He's not stopping.
He's gonna need to get on inters soon.
It might be worth considering changing yours too. Hamilton is now a minute behind.
Take out 20 for a pit stop. That means, has he had to double pit again? Did they bring in Hamilton's for wets and then inters?
I don't know.
Why would they like,
But Rosberg is still like the same gap behind, so maybe it's just the wrong tire to have been on for that stretch. That wrong? Like 10 seconds wrong?
that would be one hell of a fuck up.
Yep. That would be one hell of an understatement.
Yeah.
Although McLaren worthy, we speak in 2012.
That's very true indeed. Bort's now doing exactly what I said, going offline to try and find the water. keep his tires cool.
Yeah.
There is no question about this. He needs to be on inters. It's so
Haven't seen much of that in this year's F1, but I have seen that in a lot of feeder series. Having to do that.
there's no way he's going to be able to go on dries yet. There's still way too much water. There's not even a drawing line.
Nah, he should finish the race on inners. Let's see why that should be much of a problem.
A problem depending on if the rain stops now, with
Dead?
if it stops dead, with the inters being able to clear what water they can clear, he might have to make that choice. Kobayashi now in P3.
Yep. Okay, and Hamilton 120 behind.
He's had
As Ross.
there's no way in hell. Hamilton has had to double pit. And
He has had to double pit and he's still losing time. And why is he pitting for wets?
I do.
Oh, intermediate tires can.
Oh, he's good. Okay, I didn't even see him switch that to inters. Ooh, that was scary. I thought it was
Yeah.
wets again. I was like, oh, 3 seconds, not bad.
There's some traffic at the pit exit. Watch out.
Track actually looks a lot drier than when he entered the pits, but
That dry line, my God, the track is drying like mad. He is gonna have to make a switch to dries, and that is
at some.
really interesting.
But he has a whole lot of leeway now with whatever the fuck McLaren has done.
Not if he bones the switch to dries. If he does that, not only will it cost him, time for another stop, he will be spinning left and right. I've made the same mistake, and trust me, that's why I mentioned it. It is not something you mess around with. That change is critical. If you get it wrong by a lap, you can conceivably lose 30, 40 seconds, and that's not the way to do it.
Hamilton 105. So even despite the stop, Hamilton didn't gain 20. He lost what would be another 5.
And Kobayashi's staying pretty consistent behind him.
And there's only a torturous 9 laps to go.
5 minutes of rain. 5 minutes.
Another 5 minutes of rain.
It's not raining back here.
Well, it's raining somewhere. Probably where that guy's sitting at home watching the race.
Whoa!
What? What'd you say?
51.
51? Maybe the gap didn't get... Oh, of course, the sector gap didn't catch up to the pit stop. Now it did.
Okay, but if you think about that, from 120 or 50. That's one hell of 40.
And now 48.
Jesus.
Okay, I think it's dry tire time. And I might be wrong, but
And if it's not, that it makes it even more critical that Bortz'z gets this right.
you know, it would be really nice to have an option to fuck about with a D-pad and ask, what tire is this driver currently on?
That's why, and one of the ideas that I wanted, and it's not hard to do, especially with today's technology, that if they really wanted to add something big for the new iteration, add a voice interactive driver, like War. Be able to hit a button and say, what tire is P11 on? Fine. Or in single player, what tire is Hamilton, Raikkonen, Grosjean, Verne? What tire are they on? Asked him, what's the weather doing at this moment? What is it be doing? What do you recommend for tires? How are my temperatures doing? That way you can remove all of that thing.
Obviously, like the tire thing, he could pause in the race director thing, but he obviously doesn't want to pause because he's recording fucking video here. And
well, not just that. It's immersion braking. The whole this is, and that way you can get rid of this whole thing on the right hand side of the screen. What are my tire temperatures? You ask the engineer, he tells you they're good, they're a bit hot, they're really freaking hot, they're a bit cold, they're really freaking cold, anything in between. If there's a yellow flag, ask who caused it. All that stuff. Would it be work?
Yeah.
Yes, but it would be a major thing. This is a long behind Bortz'z.
Probably gonna be whenever the next Xbox comes out, because I think that's gonna be integrated with the Kinect.
It'll probably be when the next company takes over the F1 license, because yeah.
Still not pitting for dries.
Well, and the thing with that though is although there is this dry line here, like right now, he's off the line. He would spin on dries with that. There's still too much water offline to get on dries. He would have.
Yeah, but how is Hamilton gaining this much?
Bortz'z is not going very quick at all. I mean, even for interest conditions, he's going at more of a wet pace. You can actually see 2 dry lines forming. That's pretty cool. I've never seen that before.
Actually, Hamilton ain't gaining that. You know what? If I were Bortz'z, I'd just stick with the inters until Hamilton hit 30 as a gap. And then when that happens, I'd pit for dries.
You cannot make another mistake. That does not leave a safety gap. And with the conditions like they are, the chance of a mistake is high. I would say 40 is the gap, simply because that gives you time to get back on track and back up to pace. Because right now, I mean, I haven't the heat yet of the tires, but he's dipping it offline every once in a while, and I'm thinking he's feeling it. Well, the heat's okay now, with him cooling him off. I don't know, man. You know, the other person we haven't seen this race is Raikkonen.
Yep.
Don't know where he is. I mean, that's Kovalainen. I saw the Finnish flag and thought it was him, but that's Kovalainen.
Well, I haven't seen the lower part of the top 10, pretty much.
Saw 10. That was
Yeah.
Button. We saw 9, which was Alonso.
And we saw Vettel spin somewhere.
He's peeling off into the pits. He's coming in now.
And so Kobayashi, excuse me, and Verne are up there now. Weber was up there. I don't know where he's gone. Where's Rosberg gone? So assuming that's your top 5 or top 6, and you have your back, so we really only haven't seen P7.
23 drivers in the running. Still.
There's still a bit of spray coming off these tires, even off the throttle line.
51 to Lewis.
Oh, well, that's gonna come down.
Lewis had a moment.
And Bortz'z had a bit of a moment there too.
No, but Lewis must have had a massive moment. But Kobayashi's gap to him, it did not. So Lewis and Verne, Kobayashi, Verne just took and right back.
Yep, there we go. Kobe and Verne.
That's very interesting. That's one hell of a race.
Too cold. We need to get some heat into them. Brake hard and the next.
Who's just trying to overtake? Bortz'z.
106 on Hamilton. What's going on?
Bortz'z has gone, or Hamlin's gone to dry. I would assume.
And there we go. We absolutely mimic whatever he's doing, which is a good idea.
Yeah. Well, at that point, I think he felt. Oh, whoa! Who went off there? You see that? I think he pushed someone off by accident. Put on a set of option tires. Primes, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck is he doing?
What, maybe just wants to be safe with the tire wear bugs, glitches, or whatever.
Well, no, but actually that might be. He might not have had a fresh set. But why would he? Why? They had to be pretty damn worn to warrant a set of primes versus a used set of options. And that's not how you do it. You cannot get on the wet there. It's okay because he's going slow right now, but I'm worried about when he puts on the throttle coming out of this corner, because he's dipped it in the wet quite a bit. Wow, that actually held quite nicely, I have to say.
He's dipped it in the wet quite a bit.
Yeah. The right-hand side of his car.
Okay.
The water.
Okay.
I know you're trying to make me make a sexual pun, but I'm not going to descend to your level.
Well, I know. Oh!
That's not.
That is bad news.
Oh God. Oh God. Well, smart play there, making it straight for the grass.
Hey boy, you just got off the track.
Oh, that's. Oh God. That's. Oh God. That's... Oh, well, there's Schumacher joining. Schumacher doing his typical 2012 style thing of just taking shortcuts around, by, or through other cars. A la Singapore. And those tires are cold. That was probably... Oh, that was not... did I not say the switch?
16 to Hamilton.
The switch to dries is going to be critical, and Bortz'z has fucked it up.
Yeah, but Hamilton fucked it up too. Thank goodness.
Yeah, but that's due to multiple pit stops. That's not due to driving. Besides that one spin,
Yeah.
he's just... Oh! He just got hit up the ass.
But he's an AI, so it doesn't... Shut up.
Bortz'z just got hit up the ass, but...
Yeah, and I think it cost Schumacher.
Um,
Yeah, somebody's diving in the pits, probably to get a new nose.
Schumi.
Yeah.
So I hope he doesn't take damage to the rear. He doesn't have much grip back there anyway. Much less,
Does this game even fucking simulate damage to the rear?
I've lost my rear wing before.
Yeah, but if you don't lose it right away, like, is there any chance?
Kimmy doing his typical last-minute charge. So Kimmy's still in the race, so it's probably Pedro. Or Felipe. I think it was Pedro.
No, it's probably Pedro, because we have not seen him be lapped at all. Any point of this race.
And then Kobayashi comes right back with another fastest time.
Hamilton is now 8 seconds.
Oh, 2 seconds a lap with 4 laps to go and an 8-second gap. This could get really interesting. And Kobayashi, Weber.
My god, that dry line is so spelled out right now.
Yeah. Who's this behind Bortz'z? I'm assuming it's a lapped car. Oh, who's gonna try and get him on the outside?
Hamilton 6 seconds behind.
2 seconds a sector. Jesus.
2 seconds a sector.
Bortz'z is gonna rue the change to primes. Nice to know whoever's trying to overtake Bortz'z is gonna have to go in the wet. 2 cars. Who's the second car? Oh my God! Is that Hamilton? No, it's a Ferrari.
No, it's a Ferrari and...
Car behind is running standard revs.
What's your fuel situation? We, by the way, forgot completely.
Yeah, that's a good point. The tires are finally starting to warm up, so we'll start to get... Oh, he had a bollard there. That's not going to do well for a zero. They're finally starting to get...
3 seconds.
Oh my God. This is going to get tighter than... I'm not going to use the analogy I was thinking of. 9 seconds to Kobayashi, too. Kobe's gaining on Hamilton, who's gaining on Bortz'z.
And Hamilton's gonna be held up. Oh, Jesus. So, could we see, like, Vern and Kobayashi? Okay, 1.5. And Lewis is at the back of the train of people who have to let him through. Jesus.
That was innuendo time, if nothing else. Lewis is at the back door, and he wants to come in. Who's this on his inside? That's Fernando again. Oh, he just spun. Fernando just spun.
Fernando? Was that Fernando?
Well, it was a Ferrari. I'm assuming it was Fernando. He's the only one that has any race pace.
Are you sure? Because the gap to Hamilton isn't showing up.
Oh my God! No! That was Lewis.
Yep.
That was actually Lewis. I forgot that Ferrari aren't sponsored by Santander anymore, or by Book anymore. I was looking through my new book, Grand Prix Who's Who, which is wonderful. You should all buy it. And Ferrari apparently were sponsored by Vodafone back in the day. I didn't remember that, but that pic stuck in my mind. That was Lewis who spun.
Yeah.
Oh
because I looked at the gap and his name wasn't showing up after Bortz'z crossed the line. Like the time wasn't showing up.
Who's following Fernando? Is that Kobayashi? No, but it can't be because Kobayashi's still in third. So that spin.
Again, wow, 3 seconds in a second. Ooh.
Kobayashi has caught Hamilton massively, and Bortz'z goes off the track. Oh!
I wonder who the 2 people behind him right now are.
There's Kimi and Alonso, and this is Hamilton Kobayashi.
Yep.
Oh my
And that is Hamilton taking the lead of the race.
go. Lewis Hamilton takes the lead on option tires, which Bortz'z should have been on, and Kobayashi's going to be right behind him. And he's going to take him. Kabui's got him. So now it's Kabui, Lewis, P1. Now they still have to deal with lap traffic. If they catch it in a corner, that's not going to go well. But Bortz'z has lost the lead of the race with 2 laps to go, 2 positions in 2 corners. He's still got debris on his tires. He's got to get that cleared off. And
Also Vern.
yeah, Vern's coming. Alonso's setting the fastest lap of the race. So actually, that Ferrari was Felipe, baby. Then, if Alonso,
Which Ferrari? That was Lewis.
the
Already.
Ferrari that unlapped itself.
Oh.
Yeah, the Ferrari that's up ahead of Lewis.
I think Vern's about to.
Well, they got DRS now, remember, because it's dry.
Yep. No, but brakes too early, or is it Bortz'z? No, Bortz'z braking perfectly there to hold off for third, which might be his best chance at this point.
That's his only chance at this point, unless
Yeah.
it's up ahead of him. And even if Lewis,
Kobayashi now 4 seconds ahead of Bortz'z. Vern being held up like crazy. But that corner gives him some room to breathe with 2 laps to go.
and I think Weber on his ass.
Since this is not a simulation of realistic F1,
Well-
because in realistic F1,
Or get P2 and fight for P1 in the second race. Anything can happen in 2012 early on, and so far it has. Nicely taken on that corner. I thought for sure he was going to spin, but he pointed it nice. But still, Bortz'z loses another 1.5 seconds, even with the shitty first sector. That's not just down to the tires. There's something else at play here. I mean, that's not... Prime tires are not 1.5 seconds slower per sector.
yeah, I know that if they were, Jesus.
Another second. And it can't just be fuel either. Even both of those together do not lose you seconds per sector. What the hell is going on here? Is Bortz'z going to lose P4?
No, it's the same braking thing, I'm gonna guess. Yep.
Well, he can't brake as hard because offline there is still wet. He's got to brake earlier, or else he's going to spear Bortz'z off the track. So,
Well, just one more lap of doing that.
if he makes it on fuel,
Oh, wow, we totally forgot about that. And there goes Van. But there's turn 1.
but no,
Yep, there's turn 1 exactly.
gonna be able to
Bortz'z takes it back. Only one more lap.
promise second.
Only one.
Spoilering.
What spoilering?
I think you're a second ahead of me on the video.
Really?
Ish.
Ish, I paused like multiple times throughout the video to let you catch up, so I find that highly likely.
I have him going into the left-hander, turning his wheel now. So boom. It's all good though in the hood, as that was really weird. The primes didn't do him any favors, but
Fuel at -1 lap.
it's gonna be close. I have a feeling it's gonna die on the straightaway.
That would be cruel. Should have switched to lean earlier. No reason not to.
I mean, he's within the window. He's within the window I said, but on the
Oh, you're not gonna outbrake him for.
oh, he's got to defend against. Oh, 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 that was a mistake. That was a huge mistake. Oh boy, that just cost him P3. And Schumacher, fucking Schumacher. Oh my lord. And then the fuel dies. Right at the line, the fuel dies. Oh my god, that was intense. That was spectacular. That wasn't quite.
So what happens if the fuel dies in 2012 on you?
It just says you slow down. It doesn't actually fully die. So
Yeah, like, god damn it.
Kobayashi, Vern, Bortz, Rosberg, P5, Weber, Maldonado, Perez, Vettel, Button, your top 10. Then Fernando and P11, and Grosjean being useless as ever. Ricardo, Massa, Raikkonen not having a good race. He's not
Being useless as ever.
rain.
Uh,
Schumacher,
uh,
16, shut up.
uh.
Hulkenberg, P17. I'm a Raikkonen fanboy. What can I say? Senna, DeResta, Kovalainen, Gluck, Karthikeyan, Peak, and like we thought, De La Rosa was the one who did not finish. And that puts Bortz in fourth in the WDC, 28 points behind Fernando. Uzo
Behind Fernando.
Rosberg. And then we go down the list
Why did you say behind Fernando?
because he was behind Fernando.
28 points behind Fernando? Maybe 28 points behind the leader?
Wait, 20
Was
leader. Holy shit, that's a tight front end. That's
Yeah.
uh,
The leader only has like 55.
wow. So this is turning out to be one hell of a championship as we see Bortz there high-fiving everyone, saying, I don't know what happened, you idiots. Why did you put me on primes? Go fuck yourself, buddy. I'm getting a new race engineer. You suck. I think that's what he's saying. And so this race comes to an end. That's been fun. This
It's
is
been a lot of fun.
yeah. Can't wait to see what the hell is race 4? Catalunya?
I think of yeah, I guess.
Catalunya? It's not Istanbul anymore, so it would be Catalunya. So Catalunya,
Yeah.
Monaco,
Bahrain.
oh yeah, that track.
Bahrain.
Alright, boring. We might not cast that one. We will, but it'll be a snooze fest. So, yep, there you see how the championship pans out. It's been fun. I will catch you guys on the flip side. And I guess Valentin will too, as he says nothing at all. Awkward.